in my thoughts, yeah, man, in any way you envision yourself connected to something higher than yourself that allows you to experience humility. Yeah, I think that's godlike. For the next man is Allah, for the next man is Buddha, for the next man, like we were speaking the other day, I wrote in a song, like I said, if you want to believe that God is a tree and I disagree, then you're still okay with me, my brother, live free. You know? So it's whatever you envision the Supreme to be. However you experience your joy, however you experience your bliss. You know what I mean? Sometimes I raise it to the level of the best prayer you can pray is probably looking into your mother's eyes and saying, I apologize. You know, just being able always to say thank you, then to have that interaction with that divinity that you imagine, you know, that brought you here. Your first experience with life, you know, or all of that. That's how I imagine what's godlike to me. So I say, my parents. You know what I mean? I find God in my parents. And my parents remind me that everyone is experiencing that. Whether you may have a relationship with your parents, yes or no, the unspoken relationship is the fact that you're here is a relationship. That's an exchange. You know? It doesn't need to be a hello, good morning every day for you to know that life is happening. Life happening alone is a reminder that life is beautiful, you know? So, again, I met someone else that told me that they found God in the breath. And if everyone could imagine the breath as a religion, then that would be the thing that we share in common. Breathing would be your past. You know, breathing would be what you would praise, and then everybody would have something we would share in a similarity rather than our indifferences. And you'd find more communion with breathing than you find with anything else, you know? Like we're all sharing that. So even an animal could be a part of the religion. You wouldn't need to be able to state or profess love for or glory for any man like with a name. But you just need to exhale, and that's your thanks, or inhale, and that's your gratitude. You know? So even that to me was a beautiful way of experiencing God on earth. And in the same place I learned that the world is the greatest thing that the mind has ever created. Yeah. The world is the greatest thing that the mind has ever created. The world is the greatest thing that the mind has created so far. You know, so far. And that's why we have world leaders and not earthly leaders. Because people need to be rulers of consciousness, of collective minds. And some of the easiest way to box and group anyone up. You might need to do that in order to rule them, you know. It's just like you have a man who is ruling a country and is just a ruler of a collection of consciousness. And if you subscribe to this country or this group or this way of being, then you have to then align with the duties or the practicalities that it requires to be a part of any such collective. You could be from anywhere, you'll be doing the same thing. You know? So it's like, this is how we habitate. You can see the similarities across the world. And for that, you need different segments and different groups of people just rule in different ways, and it goes that way up the ladder. And, you know what I mean? Rulers of rulers and rulers who rule the ones who want to be ruled. And that's our order. He said we created that. He said that's the mind at work. And out of that, we created God for more order. Rulers of rulers, and God to oversee the highest of rulers. The one that you can't see. The one that there's not enough intellect to shape it out of anything else that we've experienced so far. Some have tried to make it a man, some have tried to make it a woman. And that's how we allow the intelligence to shape the experience. And everyone has that opportunity to do that. So your life is now based upon how you decipher your experience based upon your level of intelligence.